Hey y'all, hope you're doing well tonight. Be with you in 1 second. Hey Annika, how you doing? Alright, let's hop on in. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just, yep, there we go. Doing pretty well. Went out with a friend today, got some boba. I just had a nice dinner. It was a really relaxing Sunday. It was a good day off, so can't complain. Where you at, Charles? Oh, there you are. What a good boy. Do I like popping boba? Oh, was that the stuff with like the fruit juice inside of it? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I prefer the brown sugar tapioca, like the more sweet dough balls. But all boba's good boba. Boba's just good. So I don't really know what our plan is today. It's Sunday. I do have to be up a little bit, so we're not going to go long tonight. We're probably only going to go maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours max. I don't really want to just fly around trying to find ancient cities tonight. That's not the most fun thing to do constantly over and over, so I think we're going to take a little bit of a break. And maybe it's time that we start building our villager hall. I have an idea of kind of how I want it to work. I've seen a couple of Minecraft videos of like, this is how you set up your villager hall. And they look like little torture chambers where like it's these little 1x1 grids that they trap their villagers in with their lecterns in front of them, holding them in place. And it's like, I don't want to do that to my villagers. I kind of want to make just like a house for them to live in. And so we're going to make an ethical villager hall. Something that's kind of just like a little mansion manor over here with maybe, I don't know. In my head when I was thinking it out, I was thinking we needed to do, if we did 7 chambers, if we made it 2 stories tall, and we made it 7 bedrooms with a hallway between them. And each bedroom was maybe 7 by 5, maybe 7 by 7. That would mean we would need 49 long. Well, I guess length doesn't really matter. Probably about 80 long. And if we're doing 7, we'd need 7 wide, maybe a hallway that's another 7, and then another 7 for the other rooms in the other side of the hall. So 21 wide and then like 80 long. And if we do that with 2 stories, that'll let us make like, what's that? 28 rooms? And I think 28 rooms is a pretty reasonable manner to make. And so, you know, that also lets us have like a little hallway in between the rooms, so it's not just bedrooms, and we can put like a little living area in the front of the space so they can have like a place to hang out as villagers. And I think I'm also going to have to go around this place, this island, and like patch up some of these holes in the ground. I don't trust my villagers to not walk face first into something like this. You know what I mean? So we're going to close all those holes as well. That means we should figure out where it's going to go, have an idea of general shape. I'm going to have to clear a space out, maybe do a little bit of terraforming. Oh, is this just a... Why is there just a hole here? This is not a nice island. No, this is a very nice island. What am I saying? Yeah, let's do a little just chill building. And then I'm also going to have to figure out how to get villagers to come spawn in this place and hang out, because that's its own kind of situation. Yeah, I won't sit here and do a bunch of out loud math. I don't think anybody's interested in that, but that's what's going on in my head right now is how long I want this, also where I want it to be. I'm not convinced I want it to be all the way over on that edge of the island. Because, I mean, well, this is 350, and that's, what, 480? All the way over here? Because we have a 12-chunk render, our sim distance that we tend to run is 12 chunks. And so that's 12 times 16 is how many blocks is actually... What is with these holes? So it's 12 times 16, which is how many blocks we have until things stop simulating. So we failed every math test ever. Yeah, that's okay. Everybody has different things that they're smart at. There's some, I think it's an Albert Einstein quote that's like, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, every fish is going to seem stupid, which I guess in a vacuum makes sense because every fish is kind of stupid, but the sentiment still makes sense. It's still pretty nice. I was always actually, I was a really good student. I was, when I was in elementary school, like as a little kid, I was that little nerd who like raised his hand and got super excited to answer questions. Like, I got the, this kid is a pleasure to have in class on my report card, and I was happy about it. I was a little teacher's pet. And then I grew up and I became a little jerk, but that's kind of, most people. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, this goes to, what's 16 times 12? 120 times whatever. 120 plus 48? Yeah, 168. So I think we have a 168 block simulation radius. From there. So if this is 450, that means we need this to be at least 300. 350. Yeah, so we should have... I guess that means if we're on this side of the island, and stuff on that side of the island is not going to sim, and vice versa. But if we stay here in the middle of the island, then I don't think we'll have a problem with sim. I think it'll still let things run. And the reason that's important is because I want them to be able to do their daily refreshes while we're hanging out in here doing whatever bullshit we're doing. But yeah, maybe just on the other side of that building. That would make sense. How's it going to look as far as, like, overall compound? We also got to figure out the roof of this place. I don't know if just having random gas hydrators is really the plan for our roof. That doesn't feel elegant or functional for any reason. I kind of want a bigger tower. Actually, what I'd like is, maybe an up elevator in the same way that we have the sky elevator over there. I think we might want to have one over here as well to the build limit so that we can, use less rockets and have a further distance from our basic base. But let's see. I mean, that would be a nice place for it. I don't know if we have the horizontal space to make that space work. There's a lot of holes over there. Definitely don't want to do it on this side, because we already have our bees over there. And this is kind of the headway of where we come and go from most. Like, we fly off and everything, but because our starter home is right there, and our starter village is right there, this kind of feels like the forest that we chop, and like the bees are here. This is the preserved area that we're going to just always let be. Cherry blossom forest. Maybe we build little silly things down there. So that leaves that over there, but we would need to patch some holes, and we might actually have to make it a 3 or 4 story tall building, which isn't the end of the world, but we definitely would have to make this building taller because this cannot be the short building on the island. This is the main base. And aesthetics do matter. So maybe we do a 3 or 4 building tall thing there. Fine. It's the end of the world, actually. I hope not. Where's our stick farm? There's our stick farm. Don't know if I want to, and we could also put it, like, right there. That's probably the best place for it, right in that little, this little dip. Yeah, if we put it here, it's like what? 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, we would dig this out. We could dig this out to about 40, and then go this way to... Yeah, this would also go out to about 45 or 50. And that would be a reasonable compound. Hi, Charles. Charles, he doesn't want to play with you like that. I know you're excited to have friends, but that's not how... Cows don't like playing like that, buddy. It's okay, yeah, you can, yeah, play with the mushroom. Good boy. Yeah, you're okay. Alright, yeah. You know what, though? I don't... As much as I like the cherry blossoms, I don't want to make this out of cherry wood. I want to make this out of something darker. In fact, I kind of want to make this out of spruce. So, sun's coming up, right? Yeah. Let's go get some wood of the spruce variety. Good boy, Charles. We'll be back. You just keep on doing your thing there, man. Yeah. Yeah, you go bark at the mushroom. I like spruce, I like dark oak. I like the darker woods in this game. You know, with the cherry blossoms, I wanted to make my main bedroom have the petal fall from the cherry blossoms. And so that kind of led to the cherry acacia. I don't know how I feel about the cherry wood balcony up on the top, though. It's a little bit clashy with how dark it is off a different pink. I feel like that could be better. Maybe if that was also acacia. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about the acacia stairs on the outside. They might be better off. Well, they're okay with the floor in here. I'm not going to get too nitpicky about my main base, though. Yeah, the pale wood is also really nice. But I don't know if I want to set up my villagers in a haunted hall. Like, that feels a little bit like sus. Like, hey guys, come hang out on my mushroom island. It's totally safe. By the way, you're living in the wood filled with spirits and evil things. Enjoy. What, acacia? I'm actually not sure if I'm saying it correctly. That's just how I read it. Is there a proper way of saying that? It's totally safe, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a tower like this on my main base, all the way over, like over in my main base area, which is actually that way. It's that way, yeah. I'm going to have one of these water elevators up so that I can get up and fly away from my main base really easy and we'll have a lot more distance. I think that because I have those two gas hydrators, it's kind of like two natural pillars. I'll make the other one just a straight drop down into a bucket of water, so that I can always go all the way up and all the way down really fast. And also, I'll be able to maybe build a little, like, enclosed space, like a lookout, like a Corrin's Tower kind of thing. Probably, I don't know if there's Dragon Ball fans anywhere, but something like that, that would let it be like a little lookout, and that could be fun as well. I think that's what we're going to do. Acacia. That makes sense. It might be a tomato-tomato thing, though. Okay, so I believe our spruce trees are in this direction. Corrin's Tower is a Dragon Ball Z reference, which is anime for people of my age. You are not the eagle catching the ball? Yo, I educated myself. I looked up the have you ever been to a Krispy Kreme? And then the right. I now understand. Or I guess I understand is the wrong way of saying that. I now have seen the thing. She is not a real one. Oof. Devastating. Hey James, how you doing tonight, buddy? I don't know how much wood I need. I'm planning on doing a, I'm gonna do it similarly to my other base, where I'm gonna use planks for the main, like, floors and walls, but to give a little bit of, like, structure and skeleton outline, I'm gonna use some just logs for the, like the corners and the struts and everything. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look at you, dude. Listen, I'm just gonna go into this giant wall of water where you don't want to be, and we're all gonna be cool with each other. Doing pretty good. It's been a nice day. Went out, got lunch with a friend, got a little boba, had a nice dinner. Actually got some homemade chocolate chip cookies with dark chocolate chips, and that was a nice surprise. That always makes your day brighter. They were really good, too. Still got 2 of them left. That's going to be, like, my snack tomorrow. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. That's one of the best things about these little guys. Hey you, come here. Yeah, come here. We're looking at stuff. Alright, so let's say the base is... So here's our base. There's our stick farm. You know what, I'm likely gonna... If I do any more like auto farms or redstone things, I'll do them in this area. This will be like our industrial park of the base. And this will be like the corner of the industrial park. So it kind of stops there and goes that way until about that wall, then out and around. And that'll be what this section is. And then that means that this will be our, what we'll call high density residential. And high density residential will basically be a villager hall. And I guess we can also have like over here, since that's going to be the place we leave the forest alone on that side, kind of from like the main, that near wall over. If we take a line and just kind of draw it that way, that side of it is going to be all of our preserve like we were talking about. And this side will be our, maybe a farm with the animals that we bring home. Because we're going to have a lot of cats and dogs. And not every, like, we love Charles. Not everyone gets Charles treatment. Not everybody gets to come and run around and play inside the house and have a name and be a feature and superstar like Charles is special. But we'll get like a farm going so all the cats and the dogs and everybody who comes and lives on the house place can come and have a nice happy place to be. And then yeah, this is going to be our main villager hall. Charles has done the work. Charles fought for this world. And at some point, we're going to have to repair Charles's armor the hard way so that Charles can give us that one last achievement. But we're not going to force that. We're just going to let that naturally happen and keep feeding him to make sure he's like healthy and full. All right. Yeah, thank you for being you. You're a good little dude. Look at these guys. Little glasses on his face. Yeah, alright. This should be fine. Maybe we'll use hard cherry wood, because that's a decent hue that might go with the spruce planks well enough. And be a good contrast. And we are going to have a lot of cherry wood here in a minute, because we're going to chop all of this out. The question is, do I want to bring that up, push that down? I think the answer is I want to strip that down, make like a 2 wide. So it's going to be a wall that's too high here, but it shouldn't be a problem because our beacon extends all the way. I mean, we still have it here. Is that because we have it, or is it going to drop off? Okay, so this is... Where's our end? Man, it's shorter than I thought it would be. Yeah. Okay, so it's like right here. So we won't be able to just jump out the double high on that side. But on this side, we can just jump out the double high. So bringing it all up so that from here on over, it's a 2 high should make this whole thing relatively easy. Also, that would give us a good, clear delineating place between the industrial park. Brother, I am trying to run a stream. Can you chill? You're not even attacking, you're just up there screaming. Look, you can't even, you're hitting mushrooms. You're running into mushrooms. It's embarrassing. Get him, Charles. Jeepers creepers, dude. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Let's go take a nap so that stops. Charles is mad at something. You heard that growl. Yeah, James, that's actually like pretty close to what we're going to be doing here. Like we're going to be making the villager hall, but I mentioned this earlier just to restate it. We're not making an evil Minecraft villager hall filled with 1x1 cubes and trapped villagers. We're making a nice place for our people to live and thrive and have good lives. It's going to be fun. We're also probably going to run out of inventory space if we don't go block this off, so let's go do that as well. Yeah, imagine being a phantom in this game. That would be embarrassing. Just flying into stuff, never doing your job. You know what? You're right. We have not given you a single thing to eat so far today. Let's also cook up some of this. Raw chicken's fine, but you know what's better than raw chicken? Cooked chicken. Also, we have a smoker. We should use a smoker. I didn't really understand how these things worked until I did a little bit more reading, but apparently blast furnaces are exclusive to metal products, but they go twice as fast as furnaces. Furnaces do everything like furnaces do. And smokers are twice as fast as furnaces, but they do only food. Which, that all makes a bunch of sense. I do wonder if I'm going to have to get rid of these. Like if I make a villager house over there, and I guess I can just set them all up so that their stuff's over there, but the thing I don't want to have happen is them to spawn extra villagers and then them walk all the way over here and be like, oh yeah, this is my farming profession, and I'm a farmer. And then they're like up farming my shit and everything. I don't want that. I want them over in villager house land. Not the barnacle. Were the barnacles like a water thing, like down in the caves or something, or how are they gonna work? Also, what are we doing? We're sitting here walking back and forth doing nothing. Let's go chop some trees. Clear out ourselves a residential area. Let's go make a parking lot, people. That doesn't sound fun at all. That sounds horrifying. Yeah, we don't need that. Hard pass. 287,000 blocks in total. That's a lot of game. Yeah, I don't know what our mine block count is, but I would be blown away if it was even close to that. Yeah, it's not even close to what you're like. These aggregating all this, just all this together is probably maybe even like, if I'm being super generous, 50, 55K. Yeah, not even. We're not even at 100. We're not even at 100K right now. You got a wild world. That's all right. We'll catch up to you. What you gotta do is you gotta stream your world at some point so we can see all the stuff that you made. Or maybe I gotta get off my butt and make the Discord server so that people can share screenshots of their worlds and builds. I did a little bit of research into that and just like what channels would be good to make, how to get auto moderation put in place so that people don't spam it, all of that. This weekend kind of got away from me a little bit doing other projects. Living that Minecraft life, heck yeah. Why is it so tall? Oh yeah, Diablo Immortal can be that can be a fun one. One of my roommates is in a clan in that game. Although I think it is I'm pretty sure it's the same people that is his World of Warcraft guild. They just like play both games. Although I think it's a Warcraft guild first, and like they just kind of made that also their Immortal guild because that a bunch of them just play all the games. But yeah, he plays in that game. Like they have regular raids with a regular schedule. Like Thursday night for a half hour, he's playing on his phone. It's pretty cool. Oh, I need to unplant these trees. I'm sitting here like, why is my clearing not clear? It's because I'm planted with trees. Get rid of all this stuff too. If this clears out, I think we get rid of these two trees. And then, as long as these are not planted and growing, let's get rid of this as well. That should be good enough for us to not have any more trees. And this should be a long enough space. Let's do a little bit of quick, like just napkin math, because this is going to be the first the furthest it comes. This is 428. So we can get to 328, 318, 308, 298, 288. And that's 12 times 12 is 144. So 12 times 16 would be a little 48 on top of that. So 84, 88. So we are fine. Perfect. So this will work to keep everybody within sim distance. I also I do not like how I still have netherite and netherrack here. Gotta clean this up at some point. Also, I don't know why I have like a dry moat around my base. Should also clean that up, make it look a little bit nicer. But we'll slowly make, that's why it's kind of like a long project. We'll slowly fix that up. Yes, yay math. You know, it's funny, I almost did not stream Minecraft tonight. I recently picked up Slay the Spire 2. Oh, hey, Noel. And I was thinking about playing that tonight, and I was like, maybe I'll just stream that. Yeah, people probably don't want to see that. They don't want to see someone doing a whole bunch of math. And now that we're running this one and doing it this way, yeah, that was the right call. I don't think people want to watch Slay the Spire 2. Do I want to clear out any further space? Or is this enough? I feel like it's enough, but it's like barely enough. If we start it here, and this is the front gate. No, this would be the front gate. And it'd be like a foyer that would go like to here. And then it would come out, and then out this way. All the way. Actually, yeah, it would come all the way out this way. And then we'd run this way like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to like there. And then this would go all the way down to about here. It might even go out this way and then out this way and then this way to give a little bit of curvature. And then bring it back this way. And then foyer stops again, like right there. But if that's the case, yeah, this might be one more layer of trees has to go. Yeah, just one more, just like these 4. Fucking Jenna, bro. See, here's the thing. I have a 14-year-old niece, an 11-year-old nephew, an 18-year-old nephew, a 16-year-old nephew. Uh, I am. There is no teenage drama that I have not been exposed to. It is just a fact of life. So, you all are all good. 9 times out of 10, it is the funniest shit in the world. Okay, that is hilarious, and I am so glad I asked for this. This is good drama story. I think it's efficiency 4. No, it's only efficiency 3. But it's on a diamond shovel. But it's getting a boost from the beacon as well. With the haste too. Alright, yeah, this is probably good enough. Let's start building. Yeah, I keep wanting to finish like the super tools. The only thing I haven't made is the shovel. Just don't think it's like I don't need it. It's not a necessity at this point. You know, other shovels will do the job just fine. Alright, so I think that we have this cleared out. Let's make the general foundation. And I think we're going to start with just outlines. Maybe it will face. Well, no, you know what? No, that's actually a really dumb idea to do it that way, isn't it? Honestly, yeah, it was pretty good. And you know who brings up a boy right after you talk about your aunt having cancer? Fucking Jenna. That's who. Alright. I think I'm just going to have this face west. Because if it faced east, which would be nicer for just general thought purposes, I'll have to go all the way around to get in there. I guess I could have a back entrance, but no. Could also face south. Yeah, and then it kind of like comes back this way, and it can do like a little out and over and out and over thing. I know for a fact that I want there to be a... Let's just do the stuff that we know we want. No, I want this to go out this way and then out this way. And we'll bring it in this. Charles is helping. Buddy, can you? Thank you. He's a good boy. That's like a weird flex to give to somebody, especially if you're dating them. I guess people just do weird things. That's funny. Where did my bread go? I love Charles too. Charles is a good boy. That did. We're good. I really gotta figure out where these zombies are coming from and get down there and stop that. I'm a little tired of hearing zombies. She leaves for Germany on Tuesday. Why is this sad? Is she going for a business thing, or is she just going to visit it, or? Moving permanently? Get a job there, or just kind of need a change in life? That's a big change. Yeah, that's a bummer, buddy. I'm sorry to hear it. It always sucks, especially when you, like when they're family members you get along with and you like spending time with them. But yeah, you'll be able to call them. And who knows, maybe at some point you'll be able to get out there and visit. Obviously, it's not probably something that you can do with a regular thing, but... I'm coughing. Yeah, there's no one to say that you won't be able to get out there and see them once in a while. Doesn't have to be a forever. Doesn't have to be the last time thing. In fact, it could be a really happy moment when you get out there and finally see him again. Your grandma has a British accent. That's funny. That's kind of cool. Maybe we just don't have a window there. Just a little one there. Yeah. Charles, you are not making this easier, my guy. I appreciate you, but jeepers creepers. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so there is... I don't like that. We're gonna have to deal with that. Well, I guess maybe not. Because I plan on doing... very simple. I don't know if this might just be a one story. Maybe if I do a second story, it'll be thinner than the first story. And if that's the case, then... But I am going to have to still do walls. And bedrooms. But I want to be able to see what I'm doing, so let's... get out of there. Charles just went flying by. Super dog. You know what? I don't need it to be individual rooms for every single person. I think it might actually be better if I make it like... Because this room is too awkwardly shaped. It's too big to be for one person. But it's also like too awkward to make it split, because if I split it like here, the window is covered, I'd have to make new windows. This person gets none, this person gets 2. This is kind of small, this is really too small. But if I put like a bed there and a bed there and a workstation there and there, and maybe a bed and a workstation there and like a chest or 2 over here and like a table right there, then we can have like 3 happy villagers that live in this place. And that would make a lot of sense. And I think that that might be a reasonable theme for this whole thing, because then we can make rooms that are a little bit bigger and have a little bit more going on. And it won't just seem like everybody's in their little part of the hotel. Yeah. We won't make it a big open space like we did with the main base, but yes, there will be a place for you too, Charles. Yeah, and here's another little room that would be nice, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, with a 5 space, you can do beds here like every other space. Maybe like a long way there and a long way, like somebody's right there. Well, somebody can go there so they're looking out the window, and yeah, we can get another 2 or 3 people in here with some stuff. I'm gonna do that the whole way through. Hey, Vexy, you're not late, but we've been going for a bit. We're probably going to go for a little bit more. We are making our big house that we can start putting villagers in and have them kind of come live in. So, we should have a bit to go on this still. Granted, I'm not convinced I'm going to finish the whole thing tonight. I am realizing that it is, you know, it's going on 1 o'clock in the morning, and we've been going for about 2 hours, but we probably have at least a half hour, 45 minutes in us, maybe even longer. I'd like to get the initial floor plan for this place down. Although we might also run out of spruce, which that could be an issue, but by doing ground lines like this, I can get a reasonable understanding. Also, we can kind of give them doors to each other's rooms as well. We might have to go do a bit more spruce farming. That shouldn't be the end of the world, though. Spruce is easy to farm because spruce trees, especially those big, and right here, actually, this is just going to be the main hall. Spruce trees are really easy to farm because they have a, that 4x4 kind of thing. You can kind of stair yourself up and then drop yourself down. Yeah, it's a village hall, but it's a village hall that's not going to be, it's not going to be like a 2x1 or a 1x1 village hall where I trap the villagers. I'm going to make a nice little place for them to live and exist in. I think I can make like a centralized room here as well. Like, I think this works. It's not going to be attached to anything, but it'll be kind of in the same vein as our central tower for our main base. And we can use this, and we can definitely fit maybe 2 more full rooms here, which would be at least 6 more villagers. And also, we don't need it to be perfectly shaped. We can do like a little bit of outcropping there. And then there's a door there, and maybe a door there. And we'll make it so... Charles, you're kind of right where I want to put the... Well, we'll move that there. Charles thinks it goes this way, which, okay, I'll agree with Charles. Yeah, you're a good boy. And then we can go like there. That way you come in and you can kind of like, there's a door here. There's a cubby there with a place. There's a cubby there with a place. In here, there's a cubby there with a place. There's a little space there. Then we have the main open hallway. Maybe we can put another room right here. Oh no, that would be a little narrow, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's a little too narrow. But over here, this is all working. Yeah, I kind of like this. I think 4 tall is just fine. And then we'll put staircases on top of the cherry wood facing inward. And then 1 more block inside. And that should give us like a natural roof. Yeah, I like that. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's start building it. Alright, so there are probably 2 or 3 more things I'd like to do over there to that building, but I think the next step for that building is going to be to populate it with people. I don't think I'm going to make another bedroom. That secondary room that's still kind of completely unfurnished is likely going to become extra storage over there. Just more chests. But, I think between this episode and tomorrow's episode, or Tuesday's episode if I take tomorrow off, one of these nights I'm going to take a night off and, play some other games or just kind of chill and do something else. But I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and populate that, get some villagers over here, get them in some boats, make this place happy. So, but for now, we've done a pretty good job. We've built ourselves a little villager house. Everything's kind of put in place. It's been a pretty chill Sunday stream. So, we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to get myself off the bed. Just want to say, if you've hung out up to this point, thank you so much for being here. You guys make it super fun. And if you're watching in the future, you know, thanks for watching. And yeah, this was a nice break from running around and exploring ancient cities and dealing with stuff that makes my blood pump a little bit faster, because I just needed a break from, oh, this thing might kill me or that thing might kill me. And this was the perfect break, so good times. But alright, this will be it. So until probably tomorrow, but maybe Tuesday. Be good to each other, y'all. Oh, ancient cities aren't that scary. Well, I guess they're a little bit goofy, but we'll stay away from them for a night or two. We definitely have to go back, but we'll take a break. Alright, take care. Thanks, y'all.